Hi, I'm Brian Long. We're here at the 2011 St. Louis Toy Show. This year, I brought a Kinze 3800 36-row corn planter for my main entry this year for the scratch build contest. It took me 2 weeks, working 12 hours a day to build the planter. It's pretty much all from scratch. The row units I used are from the spec casts, the Kinzes. It's mostly plastic. The only real metal piece on it is the brass tubing that's in the center that slides into it. And I'll go ahead. I'll just work from the front to the back, showing off the details. It's the 3800s were a 2-point hitch mounted planter, and on this I made it to where it turns and it also oscillates. I added the hydraulic hookups to the hydraulic valves, which run on this planter. Most of the hydraulic lines are run into the tubing, so from the hydraulic valve here, they run into the tubing here, to the framework. Also added a folding jack to the planter. It folds up when it's not in use. And when it unfolds, it lifts up here. I'll just be gentle with it. It has to come down. Both sides have to come down exactly the same, or else it'll bind up. It unfolds, and then also the wheels will lower, the transport wheels, and also it slides when it slides back 5 feet into the field position right there. I went with the seed box version with a liquid fertilizer attachment, so it has all 36 of the liquid fertilizer coulters in front of the row units, which were all scratch built. And the row markers were all scratch built. Took a day and a half to do one row marker. Then it only took, after I had it established, it only took 6 hours to do the second row marker after I already had the measurements and something to base it off of.
And those row markers are big because the planter's 90 feet and you're almost at 120, right?
Yeah, these are the row markers are 45 foot wide themselves. It's actually a 4-section row marker. When it finally unfolds, it takes a little bit. It's a little picky, but we can get it. Actually, the wheels actually row on the row markers because it had to have 2 on there to keep the weight, because the row markers add a lot of weight to this planter. I did have it to where the gang rolled, but it was just too fragile, so I went ahead and glued it into place. Go ahead and turn it around. I made the cradle rest for the row marker. You turn it around and show you the back of it. On each of the Kinze row units, they all have a little Kinze Man decal, so there's 72 decals up and down the deal. They're real tiny. It took a while to do it, but it's well worth the detail.
That's a lot of row units.
Yes, a lot of filling.
Now this planter also flexes, right?
Yes, this is a 5-section planter. I'll show you basically how it will flex here. The outer wing will flex, and then the inner wing flexes. And the center section, of course, is the base. And the outer wings flex. I believe it's supposed to be 10 degrees for the inner wings, and then I think it's 20 degrees for the outer wings.
It's ready to do the wave.
It's ready.
Now, could you show us also the coulters underneath? It looked like you had some good detail on those.
I scratch built all the coulters. I used a hole punch and then punched them out of styrene and just bent the wire and then mounted them on there. And also you can kind of see the U-bolts that have all the row units have 2 U-bolts on it, so there's 72 U-bolts going across it. There's supposed to be a silver, but I like the color scheme of the black and the blue, so I was like, I'll just stick with black wire.
Sure.
And also for the transport axle, you also put the 2 cylinders underneath there that when it pushes it forward when it goes into road mode.
Well, if you're not going to use it every day.
the transport axle, of course, it has the lift cylinders in there. And I built 2 crutches for it for when I put it in the race position, it rests on it so it keeps the weight off the planter and it won't come crashing down on me. And the decals were done by I did them myself. There really wasn't that many actual Kinze decals to do, so these are actually pretty easy. Just a Kinze 3800 on the folding arms, which was pretty easy.
It's good. I like all the tire engagements here too. And
yeah, those are from the spec cast as well. And like I said, all 16 wheels raise up and down. It takes so long to get them from underneath, because the 30-inch row spacing is pretty tight in there. But they all do raise up and down.
Well, Brian, thank you for the tour. That's one of the most detailed pieces I think we've ever covered on the Toy Tractor Times for Fleming.
I'm proud I did it. Just glad to see one at a 1/64 scale.
Sure.
Hopefully it gives some toy companies a mind to build this one in full production.
Well, thank you, Brian. Can't wait to see what's next.
Thank you.
Thanks.